Milind, so we had a look at the data, right? Consumption data. One thought that came when we were looking at the data was, can we plot a nice pie chart? For example, we want to look at the households with different numbers of family members. So those households which have only 2 people, 1 people, 7 people, 6 people, like that.
So that
pie chart looks like a nice way to represent it, I thought.
Yes, probably.
So how do you do that? I mean,
they had household group size, no?
Yeah. So
where was that household group size? Let's see.
Age group.
No, we said we'll do it by age.
Not age, actually. We want to do it by number of people in the house.
That is there in the other data set. It is not there in both data sets.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Size group is there here. It's not there in the other one.
Okay, let's do it in this one first.
Okay, we can do that. So if we want to do that, first is we have to find out where is the size group. The size group. Yeah.
Okay.
So you want somewhere this list, no? 1 member, 2 members, 3 members, 4 members, 5 members, 7 members.
Not all. Data not available, we don't want. Okay, blank we don't want.
Blank.
Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, that's correct.
Huh?
Yeah.
So the way we have to do this is, let's go to this sheet. And so we will.
You selected that thing, huh?
Yeah, I've just gone into an empty cell.
Okay.
Then you go into data. Okay, so basically what do we want? We want the set of unique values in this column.
We want the unique values in this column.
Correct?
Yeah.
Right?
We want the labels in this column.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unique labels, because they could be repeated, right? So if I look at
but you can't
one
do it
member,
from this filter drop down list, you cannot do it.
Yeah, you can. You would then have to do it manually. You would have to
copy from
but this you can't copy. This list you can't copy.
Okay.
So you would have to copy one member, etc. But let's see if we can do it automatically. No? So you go here, you go to data.
Okay.
And then in data, you go into advanced. Okay. And then you say copy the data to another location. Now, what is the data we want to copy? We want to copy the data that is there. Let's first just rename this, just one moment, just to make our life simpler. We'll call this main sheet.
Okay.
So here we will say advanced, copy to another location. Now, what is the sheet we want? We want the data that is there in main R2 to R101. No, sorry, W. W2 to W101. Correct? And we want to copy it to this cell.
Okay.
Beginning this cell. But we want unique records only.
Oh, you're copying it without copying duplicates.
Correct.
It's just using copy, basically. Just copying.
Yes.
Okay. Copy the records without duplicates.
Okay. Right. Let's see. See?
Very nice.
I don't know why data not available came twice though.
One without A and one some spelling problem.
Spelling problem.
Remove it. Remove it. We don't want it. We don't want that.
Then remove that.
The rest are okay.
Okay.
5,
and
4,
then
3, 2.
This also, let's sort. It's got all, yeah. We'll just sort. We'll sort ascending.
Nice.
Okay.
Now I want to count.
Now let's count. So, I discussed with the students a function called COUNTIF. COUNTIF. And we want to count from
means W1 to
W101 to W101, right?
W2 or 1?
W2.
W2 to W101.
Okay. And
you should put dollar, no?
I should put, first of all, this should be main. And then this should be $2. We want absolute addresses, not relative addresses. W. And then the criteria should be this one.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, criteria is 1 member.
So only
you
one
go to-
household has one member.
Okay, when you go to the next one, then it should be counting, compare. Just check that. Check. Go to the, one of them and check what is.
Check.
Oh, you're checking the filter you're going to do.
Yeah, you can check with filter. So if I look at one member, yeah, correct. Let's look at two members. There are 10.
Okay. We got 10.
There are 9. Okay, that's. I think it counted the size group also, so we should ignore that, na? Yeah, 9.
9. All right. So
Let
it seems to be
let's
correct.
just check once randomly. 4 members.
Oh, this should be the maximum, no?
This is 23.
23.
23.
All right.
Okay.
Do a sum of all of them and let's take percentage.
This, if we take, so this is 62. We can say 62. Now you want percentage. So this, if you want percentage, this is going to be equal to this divided by $M
10.
$10. And we'll format this as as percent. Correct?
Now make a pie chart. We can remove that first column.
No, we actually don't need percentages to do the pie chart. Yeah, we could, I guess, if I could do that.
We don't need, huh? We can try. Let's try.
Let's just see if we can do it with this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, it should do percentage.
It should do, no? So it will just.
Why are we doing percentage? You're right, actually.
Right?
Right, absolutely.
And if we do the data labels, let's say data labels, add data labels.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you can format the data labels, I think.
So actually, the pie chart is already doing percentage.
Correct. And we can say, instead of showing show value, you can say show percentage.
Oh, you don't even, without doing percentage, it will do it percentage.
It will do the percentage itself.
Oh, well, so that saves time, huh?
Yeah, it saves a lot of time.
Okay, okay. So what is it saying? 19%? Okay, where are we now? One member is very small.
I think, where we start. Right? This is 1. Then this is 2 members is 14%. 3 members is 19%.
4 members is 37%.
5 members is 24.
Quite a lot,
so this 3 to 5 is actually seems to be the average household, no?
It is.
4 plus minus 1 kind of thing.
And freshly married or something?
Freshly married maybe 2.
Or maybe 2 bachelors living.
2 bachelors living together. Very few are above 6 or above, and very few are living alone.
Okay, now, so this is nice, very nice. I like this chart, right? For presentation purposes, always nice to put a pie chart.
Correct.
It shows the data set, no? It shows what kind of data we have.
No, and I think most people go to sleep if they look at numbers. If they see some visual representation, then suddenly the message comes out
much more clearly. So, if we can...
By the way, just as a exercise, we could show this as a bar chart also. Let's see if we can do that. We can change.
Is that good to do?
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe it kind of conveys it in a slightly different way. You can see that it peaks in the middle and comes down. Like that you can see.
Yes. No? So you can see like a Gaussian distribution.
Correct. Which you can't see in the pie chart.
Correct.
Huh? Yeah, very true.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's like a Gaussian distribution.
That is another way of.
It's a different messages coming out.
Different messages coming out.
Yeah.
Depending on what you need to convey.
Correct.
You can choose. Okay, so can we, instead of doing this number of members, can we do this thing called, what is it, age group, or age group might be interesting, or age group is there in both? I want to actually see whether the data sets are similar or
sort of consistent
between the two data sets.
You can see.
Can we do age group in both? Is there in both?
If this is what consumption. The other one was aspirational India. Age group
is there.
Age group is there, no?
Okay, so let's do age group in both. Same method.
Same method we'll do here. So what do? We say data, advanced, copy to another location, here we are going to say age group is what? S. Huh?
Hmm.
So we will say not sheet 1. Main exclamation S2. Actually $2, no?
Yeah, 2S 101.
2S
$. Yeah.
Hmm? Okay, and then I want unique.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? I did something funny.
You did not say which location, so it overwrote on that.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay. We can
Ah.
just do that, and then here instead of
You can delete that percentage. We don't need it.
we don't need the percentage. Delete that. Oh, sorry, del, not backspace. This is the del. I find this keyboard a little confusing. Yeah.
You can clear, I guess, the cells. Excel allows you to clear the cells.
And here, instead of looking in W, I should look inside S, no?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So I can do
just
that.
change the W to S.
Yep. Okay. Now the same thing I'll do in the other sheet.
Yeah. This, let it be like this, bar chart only.
Bar chart is interesting, no? Let's look at the other one.
So it says basically, just stay with that bar chart. Just show me this bar chart again. It says that youngsters dominant 5, grown up dominant 25.
So grown up dominant and balanced household seem to be the
largest with no seniors.
Correct. Nuclear family basically.
Nuclear families. Senior dominant is only 2, small number. That's what
but I think that will change as India gets older.
When you see the aspirational data, I want to understand. This is aspirational or the other one?
No, this is consumption.
Okay, let's see the aspiration.
Let's look at the aspiration.
Can you copy that from there to here?
No. You will need to do it again because you're looking at different columns and so on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Categories.
So again, we'll have to go to data, advanced, copy to another location. What do we want? We want age group. We want, no? This is age group.
Which is R.
R.
So I think the categories are the same, but
$2 R 101.
So it says sheet. What sheet is it? It's not saying me. It's sheet. Let's go back and see.
Main.
Okay. Went off. Sorry.
And then we have to see. Correct, no?
Some error is there in that.
Where? Why? No. Oh. I have to say colon.
No, there's already a colon. I think just you have to retype it. Some error.
Okay. I know what error is.
R2, no?
R2.
So when you do that,
I think I see. Let me just redo it.
That's what it is. Yeah. Because when your cursor is on the sheet, this is a standard problem, I think, in Excel, right? It kind of over-designed, I think.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. This is the age group, no?
Yeah.
R22 colon $R.
No, it's already come. Something came already. If you are on that sheet, that's what happens. You should not be on the sheet.
Okay.
But click the cursor here, I think, then you'll be all right. R2 to R1. You don't have to click on that sheet. Don't click on that sheet.
Now, what do you want me to do?
No, I think you should stay on this sheet. If you go into that sheet, so long as you know it's R2 to R102, you can just type it. I think it's easier.
Okay. $R 101.
Unique records only.
Okay, let me just do this. Main exclamation $R$2 colon $R$101.
Yeah.
Should I remove the filter? Maybe it doesn't like the filter. Data.
What did it say? Data?
Advanced. Copy to another location. Okay, this I'll say main exclamation. Or maybe I had not clicked copy to another location.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah.
$R$101. Copy to this one.
Unique records only.
Unique records only.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And now here I will say COUNTIF
$R22 main.
main exclamation $R$2 colon $R$101 comma.
Yep.
Oh, what happened to extract? I2. Oh,
Yep.
11.
Now make a bar
Now
chart.
I'll make a bar chart. This shape is a little different, no?
Are they in the same order?
Oh, I should remove data not available. Data not available, I'll remove.
So here balance households with seniors is quite a lot actually. Balance household, no, sorry. Just can we put both the charts in the same place?
Let me just delete this also.
Put the charts one below the other.
This chart, no?
So youngster dominant.
So I can do one thing for you. Hold on. Let me just copy this. What is the order? They want youngster dominant first. Let me just copy this here. Control C, Control V. Now what is the first one they want? Youngster dominant. Then they want grown up dominant. Correct?
Yeah.
Then they want balanced household with no seniors. Other household of grown ups. Senior dominant. Balanced household with seniors. That is not there in the.
So they're different categories.
This-
Okay, I think leave it. It's all right. We can compare one to one. It's all right. So youngster dominant is more or less like that only. Here is 6, there is 5.
Correct.
Grown up dominant, here it's 30, there it is 25.
25.
Here there is 10 balanced households with no seniors.
Here
There
it's
also
19.
Okay, shape is
So
kind of more or less similar.
Shape is
More or less similar.
but they're different samples.
Different samples.
Sampling has been different.
Okay, this is interesting. Anyway, I mean, so we have to check, no, like
Correct.
this, because you may be deriving some data
And this
from
also
consumption.
tells you, you know, just looking at the bar chart, you were able to get quite a few things immediately.
Correct.
Huh?
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So would have been probably harder if you're just trying to look at numbers. You probably have struggled much more. Isn't it?
Yep. Visual is always better.
Visual is better. Yeah.
Okay, so this is good. This is a good exercise.
Okay.
So,
what else can we look at? We can look at what do people in villages
consume
versus what do people
What is the consumption pattern, first of all?
Correct.
Is that easy to do? Or let's put it like this. I mean, consumption pattern is too complicated. There are too many parameters, I think. Out of the total consumption, how much people are consuming on food?
That we can do.
Can we do by simple method? Is there a simple method?
Yeah, I think now there are. You want to do this? So here is what we can do, right?
So we want to see the distribution of distribution is too much. Percentage consumption on food.
You want average or you want weighted average?
What is weighted average? Average. Weighted average weighted by the consumption. Let's just do average. I mean, let's just calculate the total consumption. Total consumption on food and divide.
So, if you look at this,
that's the first cut.
They have some data for total expenditure.
Yeah.
And they have monthly expense on food.
That's all. Divide one.
You just divide one by the other.
Towards the total.
No, that, hold on. We'll come to that.
No? We'll filter and we'll do things. We will do this for each row. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just insert a column here. Actually, I can do it at the end, but it will be difficult. You're going to take average of the percentages, huh? That also you can do.
Yeah. That's what you'll do, no?
Or you can take the percentage directly. Take the total consumption.
You can do that also.
You should get the same answer, I guess.
It should give you the same answer. Huh?
I guess so. We don't know. No, it won't be the same. By the way.
That because
sum of the numerators
that will be weighted.
That will be something else. Sum of the numerators by sum of denominators is not equal to numerator by denominator plus numerator by denominator. It's not like that. Isn't it? A plus B by C plus D is not A by C plus B by D.
Correct.
We'll get something else.
So let's do this. This is
okay. 14%. 14? 34. 35%.
35%
is spent on food.
That household.
Okay, let's do it for all of us. You're in the middle of the sheet or what?
Oh, I have not. There's a filter on, I think. Data not available. That is the problem. So I should remove data. I'll filter out on data not available. That is. I'll do one thing. I'll just select here. Remove blanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's saying the average is 44.
Average of
percentages.
Average of percentages
is so.
Okay.
However, the other thing that I could do,
just divide this by that and see what happens.
Is
sum these two things.
Sum if not blank, right? Or
no, sum with blank will take a 0. Sum is no problem.
We'll take it as 0, no?
It will do it. Yeah. Just take sum of those two.
So I'll say sum. Actually, this should be x2.
This is blank. It's okay.
And the same thing I will copy here.
That was the total.
Now, if I say this divided by this 40%.
Different. That was how much?
I think
44. That was
44.
Okay. The average of that was 44.
This is 44.
And this one is 41.
41. 41.
Yeah. Okay.
That's this
Somewhere,
because this
that
is
range.
weighted by the
Something. Yeah,
expenditure.
it's a sum
right?
of numerators by A plus
Correct.
B by C plus
Correct.
D, whereas that is A by C
It-
plus B by D.
Each,
Something
correct,
like that.
correct, correct,
A by C plus B by D by 2.
correct,
It is.
correct,
You know?
correct.
Okay. Which is not the same as A plus C by
No.
B. Okay. So, anyway, it gives you some. If you
Yeah.
look at between these two, you get some.
So, one thing that is clearly obvious immediately, right, is that 40% of
Correct.
total expenditure is on
going
food. The most important category of expenditure looks like.
Yeah. Can we do this by urban and rural? No? Can you do by just filtering or something?
That is actually possible.
Filter it, it'll go.
So, if I filter, the sum won't change actually. So, there is a different formula. If I just say urban, you will see that this has not changed. Okay.
What has not changed?
The sum, because it is still summing all the variables.
Because we said
But there is
sum
a
of X2 to
different one, there is a different formula.
X3.
I can do that. I can insert a row here and I can say subtotal. And what do I want? I want the sum, right? So, I want, where is sum?
Sum was there.
Yes, sum. So, I want sum of X3. Now, it is 3, not 2, because we have added a row going up to X102. Okay. And what this is doing, GV, is that it is now summing only the cells. So, if you have a filter in the table, then now subtotal will sum only the cells that are being displayed. Okay. So, now let me show you. Let us change this urban to rural. Okay. Just remember what was the number here?
49.
4.93 lakhs.
4.93 lakhs. Yeah.
4.9 lakhs roughly.
Yeah.
This, if I change to rural, now it's 2.94 lakhs.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the same thing if I copy here, so this was total expense and this is monthly expense on food.
And then take percentage.
Then take percentage. Okay. So, let me just take, I'll just put this divide by this.
This is cool, yeah. This is a nice thing actually, no? Very useful.
And then do.
So, rural percentage is 44. We saw 41% overall.
Correct.
So, it means urban percentage of food is less.
Let us see. Let us see.
So, we have 41 overall. Rural
and
is 44.
Let me remove this. $39.
So, 39% of food consumption is on food for urban areas.
But
44 for rural areas. And overall it is 41.
Correct.
Very nice. As when you do it like this.
Correct.
Total food expenditure by total consumption.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. What else would you like to look at?
We'll pause. Let's go back to the sheet. Okay, Milind, I think we got some very good handle on the how the families are broken up by age group or something. And we also saw consumption on food, rural versus urban, right? That's what we saw. Now I want some more analysis. Can we do similar analysis like this, consumption rural urban? We want to do for many other things. Is there a simple way where we can do the same kind of analysis?
So let's see. Maybe one thing we can do, no, GV, is instead of putting this percentage here, let's insert a row above.
Okay.
And this percentage number we will put on top. Okay.
Because the same number you're representing as percentage. That's right.
Correct.
Okay.
And this total expenditure is not going to change, right?
Put it in dollar or something.
So I will put it in dollar. So I will say $X $2.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah. So we got a percentage.
And I'll format this as percent. Okay.
Subtotal we did, no?
Subtotal. This is subtotal.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Ah.
So now this column can be removed. No, I think this was we had created this
we can
column.
delete.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'll delete it. So now the same formula we can actually both of these. We can just sort of drag here. So for each category, we will get the subtotal and the percentage.
I see. In a nice way. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So now if I change the filter, those percentages change.
Automatically.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's check. It should. At least in theory, it should. Let's check if it does.
So that, okay. So this is interesting.
Okay. It's a lot of columns. So
and you can't do that standard trick of
control right. Okay. We have reached the end. Okay. So yeah, monthly expense on pets is close to 0%. Now the other problem, na GV, is that this has too many columns.
Hide some columns.
Many of these columns are not, this. I don't think we are going to use this column anywhere. So I'll hide it. Then this also we are not going to.
Right
use.
now we are not using it. Yeah.
This. A lot of these columns can be hidden. Hide. Right. These let's keep. These let's keep. Now tell me, what would you? Okay, first of all, let's see if what did we said? We had said urban, no?
If you change it to rural.
Let's say if I change it to rural.
And I can select both also, no?
You can select both also. Indeed, you can select both. Yeah, numbers
41.
changed. All the numbers changed. You can see.
Okay.
Now let me change it just to rural. Just watch the numbers.
Okay. Okay, let's read now. What are we saying here? 44% is spent
so,
on.
one second. Before that, what we can do in this case is there is this thing called view freeze panes. Where is freeze panes? Yes, freeze panes. Okay. Now, what this gives you an advantage is that as you scroll to the right, or let me not freeze panes there. Let's freeze panes here. Okay. And freeze panes, and we'll freeze panes here. Now, if I scroll to the right,
these
things
columns.
to the left of the frozen pane are still visible. So now it's become.
And this, I want this row also to be frozen.
It is frozen.
Percentage.
It is frozen. Yeah,
it is?
It is.
You go down. That's what I want. This is nice.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So it becomes easy for us to do the analysis.
Yeah.
Now tell me what analysis you want.
No, I want to see after, so we saw, this is your urban, no? No, we got everything.
Yeah, sorry.
Just choose rural for a moment.
You want rural?
Yeah.
We'll choose rural. Just rural only.
Rural only. And I want to see after food is the big expenditure, no?
Yes.
I hope it's the highest. I'm not sure whether it's highest. So it's 40, what is 49%? Oh, that's adjusted.
Adjusted.
Oh. After food, what is the next thing they spend money on? I saw 11, so.
There's 9% is milk and milk products. That's a subcomponent of food.
There was 11, no? That also part of food? Huh?
Probably. Was there 11? Yeah, this is monthly expense on cereals and pulses.
So 1/4 of their food expense is cereals and pulses. Not surprising.
And another quarter is milk and milk products.
9% is milk and milk products.
Correct?
Yeah. Out of 44. After 44, what is the next big thing?
Mithai, bread, noodles.
Maybe it's an education or something. I don't know. Travel?
Let's see.
Maybe travel, no?
Hold on. Intoxicants. Let's see. Intoxicants. Sorry. Baby food, other foods, intoxicants. 5% is on intoxicants.
Yeah?
5% is on intoxicants.
Tobacco. Chewing. 5% on
In rural. In rural. Okay.
And what's it, urban?
Urban, let us see.
Be more, huh? Urban should be more, no?
I don't know actually. Hard. 3%.
Oh.
It's more in.
So people are spending more on food
more on intoxicants.
and more on intoxicants in rural area.
Yes. Yeah, more on food and more on intoxicants.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I would not have guessed that.
No.
Huh?
No. Interesting.
Intoxicants, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Means liquor. I may not be
Liquor
liquor.
and tobacco.
Tobacco.
Tobacco probably, no?
Probably.
A lot of chewing tobacco.
Maybe, yeah.
BDs.
Something like that. Wow. 5%. 5% of the income on
5%
intoxicants?
of their income in rural. In urban, it is 3%.
What is transport? Transport definitely urban will be more. No? Don't think?
No. See, rural people have to travel long distances for jobs. No?
They don't go anywhere. They work at there only. Maybe we don't know. I don't know. Urban may they travel.
Where is
They have to
travel?
go by.
Where is travel? Let me search. Control F. Travel. What happened? Transport, I think it's called transport. Yeah. There is monthly expense on transport. In urban, it is 2% of.
Okay, and what is it for rural?
%4.
Oh, it's higher, huh?
Yeah. So I could do one thing, if you wanted a more interesting way of looking at it. It's a percentage of income, it may be. Let's see what is the average expense.
What is that?
What is the average absolute expense?
On
transport.
Oh, okay. In rural area.
In rural area versus urban area. So average is 101. So you can, the way you are summarizing, right now I am doing sum, I could do average.
Oh, all you have to do is change that, huh?
So on an average,
the subtotal.
urban people, rural people are spending 404 rupees
per month.
a month. Yeah. And urban people
Oh, it may be higher, huh? That
are
may be higher.
spending, no, 265 rupees, 266 rupees.
Is it, huh?
People are spending less in cities on transport.
That's all, 266 because bus, I don't know.
Maybe it's.
Maybe they use their personal transport, only petrol.
Maybe.
Petrol is shown somewhere else.
Maybe.
Huh?
I don't know. No, petrol is there in this only, I think.
Okay, anyway. So, roughly like that, right? So, about 40 odd % is going on food, 5% intoxicants.
Correct.
4% on transport.
Okay, let me
40.
let me change this back to 109 because only then I'll get 2% on transport. No, rural we wanted, no?
4% it was.
4%. So, about 50% goes on these three.
It may actually, those people who are traveling, maybe, I'll tell you how it will be. I suspect, rural. Those people who are traveling will be spending a lot of money. Those people who are not traveling
are spending nothing.
Zero.
But the average is sort of.
They go to the number.
So it's like a bimodal distribution.
Bimodal. देखो ना number जाके देखते हैं. Let's see how it looks.
It's a bimodal distribution. This is the one, no? Yeah. If you look at.
Select only zeros. Let's see what happens. How many are there?
Just 2.
Okay.
But you see who are the guys? Small and marginal farmers and wage laborers.
I'm not traveling.
I'm not traveling.
Can't afford to travel.
Correct. This is the one, no? Let me do one thing. I can say less than or equal to 100. 4 households. Again, small and marginal.
I see. Not 100. You should say less than equal to average. Average is, we don't know what the average is, no?
We know, no? It was 400 or something, no?
400 the city, right? 290.
No.
Oh,
400 was for rural.
So less than equal to 400, you should say.
So about 19 people are spending less than the average.
It's not so obvious, the pattern.
No.
Okay. Occasionally maybe traveling. Maybe they travel once a week.
Maybe. But when they travel, they'll end up spending
They'll end up spending more money.
So let's do one thing. Since we looked at it like this, let's also look at greater than or equal to 400.
Okay. See here there is, see numbers 1000.
So, but you can see the difference, GV. It's organized farmers, industrial workers
who are traveling far.
They're
going to some city and working.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is the pattern. It is, you have to look at the occupation group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct?
Something like that, yes.
And those guys are then
spending. For them, 6% of income is going actually.
But look at this, man. Some wage laborer is spending
1,000 rupees a month.
Huh?
Yeah.
How much is that person earning total?
We don't have his income here.
We don't have
his total expenditure.
We have his expenditure, yeah. It's huge.
But anyway, 6% of his expenditure is actually going in.
Quite a bit.
Transport. Yeah. It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we learnt intoxicants there. People are consuming more.
Travel
also they're consuming a lot.
So their savings won't be too much.
They won't be saving much.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Useful. Nice.